you to the Hotel Martinet in Brooklyn, where Bobby Millett and his orchestra are offering a program of dance music.
Okay, so today I'm going to draw some basic shapes, but I'm going to draw some basic shapes with different pencils, different grades of pencil, and I'm going to go over what they are and how different pencils can give you a different look. So when you know your pencils, you can determine what kind of look you want to give. So first off, I'm using Faber-Castell pencils, and I've got 2 Tombow pencils as well. And so first off, there's different grades of graphite. There's H pencils and B pencils, and I've got a pretty good mix of all of them. So basically what they mean, or the order they go in, is H as being hard pencils and B as being soft pencils, and there's different grades of hardness and soft. And so like an H pencil is just a plain H pencil first, and then there's 2H pencil, right, which I have here. I'll just pull all these out. So you have H pencil, you have 2H pencil, which is 2 times harder than an H pencil, 3H pencil here, there we go, and you have 4H pencil. So a 3H pencil is 3 times harder than an H pencil, and a 4H pencil is 4 times harder than an H pencil. And there are even harder pencils than these, but basically H refers to the amount of clay that's in the pencil, which gives you a lighter mark. So generally what I do is I sketch or I draw things lightly or use an H pencil. It's also harder to erase, but it looks a lot lighter on the page. And then I go over it with different grades, and it creates depth in the drawing or in what I'm trying to do. These are really good for shading. Very, very helpful. You start using lighter grades for your highlights, and you can start using darker pencils for your shades and everything in between. So since I have an H pencil, 2H pencil, a 3H pencil, and 4H pencil, then I have an HB pencil, which is in between hard and soft. I have an F pencil as well. Now I don't remember if an F pencil comes before an HB or after an HB pencil, so I'm just going to put it after the HB pencil for now in terms of softness. Then we have a B pencil, which is pretty soft. Then a 2B pencil, which is 2 times softer than a B pencil. We have a 4B pencil, which is 4 times softer than a B pencil. And we have a 6B pencil, 6 times softer than a B pencil, and an 8B, which is really, really soft. And then I have an extra 2B pencil here. But so I'm going to show you what these marks look like from hard to soft. So now that I have them in order, I'm just going to move them off to the side for now. And I'll start with the 4H pencil. So this is what a 4H line looks like. It's really hard, so it's really light. Then a 3H. It's a little bit darker, but not by much. Then we have a 2H. And think in terms of softness when it comes to pencils. So there's an H. Now we're getting into softer pencils. This is an HB. See how that looks a lot darker? This is an F. Now I think that the F comes before the HB, now that I think about it, just by looking at it. Then we have a B pencil. Then we have a 2B pencil. This is a 4B pencil. Much softer, much darker. A 6B pencil. Much softer. These lines are very blurry. You gotta give them a really sharp tip to take a look at. And then this is the 8B, which is super dark. This is really dark. And this one is really dull. I need to sharpen it. I like to sharpen my pencils using a razor blade, so I can get I have more control over the tip of my pencil. If you see, this one is sharpened with a razor blade. But so, I'm just gonna draw some basic shapes here, so you can kind of see what I mean. And this is with the 4H pencil. So really, it's good to know your materials. So when you go to do a drawing, you can stylize the way that it looks. You can manipulate it. So let's say you want to draw a character, but you want your character to look a particular way. Well, if you want your lines to be blurry, you know, then you would use a darker pencil. Or if you want to add in shadows, you would use a darker pencil. It's all what you want or what you're trying to convey. So there's really no right or wrong answer with your materials. It's just knowing your materials. The more you know your materials, the more you can determine what you want something to look like. So I'm going to use a 2H pencil over top of this one. And I'm not going to do all the lines. I'm just going to do parts of the lines. So as you can see, I can manipulate where I want your eyes to look using different types of pencils based on hardness and softness. This one a bit longer. And these are just plain basic shapes. And that's okay. What I'm doing is I'm determining what I want my stuff to look like. So that was a 2H. I'm going to go with an HB now over some parts. See if I can draw your eye in and create some depth with these shapes. Now, I'm not going over really the lighter portions, just what I went over with the last pencil. As you can see, the lines are thinner where I just used the plain harder pencil, the first pencil I used, right? Now watch this. I'll use a B pencil. See if I can really draw your eye to particular points. In terms of soft and hard pencils. And let's go up to the 4B. Even softer. And the last B pencil. This is the 8B. This is the really dark one. I think they make an 8 or a 9B pencil, which is really even darker. See what I mean? So I've created contour lines using different types of pencils to give the shapes that I'm creating not only more of a depth, but I've created layers, in which case drawing is where we take our materials and we create layers of something to give it volume. And in giving it volume, it makes our eye believe that there's something there. So watch this.